May I have your attention, please?
We are controlling transmission. There is nothing wrong.
The Horror Chronicles.
Whether it's a ghost, spirit, or entity, they all feed on it. That's the whispering, the footsteps, the feeling of another presence.
You won't have a chance to change your minds later, because there'll be no way to get out.
We have such sights to show you.
They will say that I have shed innocent blood.
Nope.
What's blood for? If not for shedding.
Have you checked the children?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Boogeyman is real.
That is better.
They're coming to get you.
A chill runs up your spine, crawls into your brain. Freezing touch of fear is driving me insane. Although you try to fight, drag from the silence where you hide till you scream. A chill runs up your spine.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Horror Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, the ever-so-scary JT.
What's up, everybody?
You're supposed to be scared, fucker.
Oh, what's up?
Anyway.
Oh, now I sound like Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, there you go. Anyway, so we're not having the technical difficulties we had last week, so we're good.
Oh, my God, last week was a nightmare.
We're not frustrated.
But I think we finally got it all lined out.
So, all right. I think today we're going to be doing a movie slash basically talking about haunted, extreme haunts, basically, that you can go to on Halloween and whatnot. And some are year-round. But the movie that we're going to be doing is Hellfest, which is a freaking great... I like the movie a lot.
I thought it was great. I loved it.
You know, some people... You know, it's like every movie that... People are going to love it. People are going to hate it.
It got some flack online, but... You know,
you can't,
I thought it was really cool.
Can't please them all.
The whole premise behind that movie was just awesome.
It's a great premise. Like we like stuff we like on this podcast. Atmosphere. The atmosphere of the movie is really cool. It makes you want to be there.
It really did. It really did.
You know, that's something that like I put down on here just some of my notes. It's like I love the aspect of the movie and the atmosphere just kind of makes you feel like you want to be in that place. You know what I mean? The whole premise of the movie is really cool. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
If you want to, kill some people.
Oh yeah,
like you talking about. Your wife said.
Yeah, it was funny. So basically the movie starts out with this guy, following this girl through a haunted house, and she's there with her friends or whatever, and he gets her off by herself, and she goes running into this room, and there's all these bodies hanging from the ceiling and stuff, and it's you can't really see their faces. You can only see them from like maybe the waist down or something like that, and she runs through them, because it's just decor for the haunted house, and he ends up trapping her in this room, and of course he kills her. Mm-hmm. Well, then he hangs her body from the ceiling, and it really makes you wonder.
Yeah, we were sitting there thinking like, okay, are the rest of these bodies... What are they hanging? Are they bodies that do kill? Which probably is.
It's possible,
but they never tell you.
And it was funny because my wife was, she watches a lot of these horror movies with me, but she's not a horror freak like I am. And even she was like, that's a pretty genius idea. If you're going to kill somebody, that's probably one of the best ways to do it.
Yep.
You kill them inside a haunted house and just leave their body, because everybody that walks through is going to think it's part of the decor, of the place, at least until they start stinking.
Yeah, because I do remember, I think in the movie somehow they talk about how they didn't find that other girl till like 3 days later.
Yeah,
in the first one that I killed. So, you know, that's just a great premise, you know. So basically, that's the gist of the movie, so to speak, is that there's this guy, he goes to these haunted attractions, and he basically gets his anger out and kills people. He finds someone, you know, that either ticks him off or something.
Oh, yeah.
Something that just grabs his attention, and he follows that person around and just basically not really tortures him, but like just scares him all night. And then basically whenever he decides to kill him, he kills him and then moves on to the next person.
Right. But yeah, you know, and then it flips forward, and then you meet the actual main characters of the movie, you know, and it was what, three guys and three
girls.
Yeah.
The girls were all friends from school. I think the guys were too, actually. I think they're all friends from like school before.
Well, I think the main characters, the guy that she was with.
He was.
Was he like an outsider or something?
He was some guy I think that was friends with before that she just met. Like I guess she had come home one time before and met this guy, and then you know they kind of sparks were flying or whatever. But anyway, yeah, he was kind of an outsider. But I actually like the chick, the short-haired chick.
Yeah,
she's like the freaking. She's like the horror chick on there. She likes to get super scared and stuff, and she's just down for it.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And but anyway, it's these basically six friends. They're kind of gonna take the main character out for a surprise night. You know, because she just got into town, and they're gonna take her to this Hellfest that evidently it was hard to get tickets for. So it was a big deal that.
And the one guy that she was kind of, they were really friends. They weren't really dating, but he had gotten them tickets and got them VIP passes. To this thing, and so they all go and they show up there. And I got to tell you, as soon as I saw this place, I said to my wife, I was like, "Oh my God, I need to go there."
That'd have been it's a freaking awesome setup.
It's basically like Six Flags for horror fans.
Yep.
I mean, everything is horror related. You know, they've got rides, they've got haunted houses, they've got people running around partying,
jumping in your face, scaring at people.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, it's kind of like going to Six Flags during Fright Fest, but on a much bigger
and more freaking gory scale.
Yeah, more gory scale.
Yeah,
you know, it's not kid friendly at all.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. And that, like we talk about on this show a lot, you know, the atmosphere of the whole movie is just really good. Just the way you feel there, you actually want to be there. Like it drew me in. There's not a whole lot of like death scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
But it's
there's a few.
No. Well, evidently there's a few, but like it's not a body stacking movie. It's more of a just like almost like a Halloween. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more of the stalker killer type deal. Right. And the guy's whistling the song. I wish I could remember it in my head, but I can't now. But he's whistling some song through the whole thing whenever he's... So, yeah, and it's super creepy because he's doing that whenever, like, he's getting ready to either kill somebody or someone's following him and he stops and knows it, so then he starts whispering it. Mm-hmm. And, but, yeah, the concept of it, like you said, if you're going to kill somebody, do it somewhere no one's really going to notice.
Right. Yeah, and then, you know, so like they show up at this place and they get in and, you know, after they're there for a little while, then you see the killer coming in. Uh-huh. And what's interesting about this movie is the only way that you recognize the killer is by his shoes.
His boots, yep. Because he has steel-toed boots on.
He's got steel-toed boots and one of the toes is ripped open on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I don't know how he got a hold of the mask because, like, there's a part in here.
There's several people in
wearing
there
the same outfit.
Yeah, and they're people that work for Hellfest. But how did he get a hold of one of those masks? They never really tell us that.
Yeah, he just pulls it out. So I don't know if he's supposed to be working there or if he's supposed to be working these attractions or what.
Maybe he got a job there. I don't know.
Which
killers don't get jobs.
Yeah, I don't want to jump too far ahead on that.
Yeah,
but like, it kind of makes sense that he does work at these places. Because
if you're a killer, that's kind of the best
at the end though, if you Oh man, yeah. I don't want to jump in. I don't want to jump too far ahead.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I guess I know we're not going in chronological order, but like I guess at the end of it, basically, the killer is alive, gets away, or whatever. But he goes home, and when he gets home, he goes into his garage, opens up this locked cabinet, and there's all kinds of masks in there.
Yeah, different masks. So at that point he's done this at several locations.
And not only that, but when he walks into this room and he's humming that same song or whatever, and there's a little girl. We don't know this is his house, but we're assuming it is at this point in time. But he goes into the living room, and there's a little girl sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
And then like he starts humming that song, walking towards her, and boom, she jumps up, "Daddy, Daddy."
Yeah.
And then so he comes up and grabs and hugs her, and then
we just totally gave away the end of the movie.
Well, we told you guys, spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. You guys know we're talking about these movies. You know what we're about. Yeah. So, and you know it's in the description before you watch this. Look at the description. It says Hellfest, okay?
Yeah.
But anyway, the reason why I say I think he works there is because she says, did you bring me something? And he brought her a little doll from the place.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that.
Yeah, because that's what's cool about the place is it's kind of like a carnival.
Yeah.
They have all these like carnival games and, all kinds of different stuff. And, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It'd be an awesome place to have in real life. I mean, it'd be sick. I'm sure there probably is something out there, but.
So one of the cool things about the movie, well, the whole movie is pretty cool, but like I love the scene how when they were on the dark ride and she was waiting for the guy that she was with to come meet up with her, and he didn't make it back in time. So she got on the ride by herself. Well, she sees this killer in the mask, and she knows because something else has happened before this. She had gotten trapped in a bathroom by this guy, but she knows what mask he's wearing. Well, she sees him coming towards her.
The ride breaks down.
The ride breaks down, and she's stopped, but she sees him in the distance, and every time the lights flash, he gets a little closer and a little closer. Well, then he's like right up on top of her, and he climbs up onto the car and sits down on the front of the car and is just staring at her. Then the ride kicks back on, and she comes out.
Yeah, because she was screaming.
And he's sitting there in front of her, and come to find out that there are several people dressed up the exact same, and he's just one of the actors at this place.
Yeah, because she's screaming like her friends are waiting on her on the other side because they got out ahead of her.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there waiting. They hear her screaming in there, and they're like, "Dude, she's like really like something's going on." And then as she's coming out, slowly you see that dude sitting there, and she's like curled up in the corner. And then slowly you see the guy come out, and then he's on top of her, and like they're like, "What the hell is going on?" And they notice it's the same guy because she had been pointing it out to him throughout the night.
Yeah.
And then whenever she comes out, they're like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the dude stands up and is looking at him, and then they look around, and there's like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Just like standing
around him.
They're like, "Oh, dude, that's so cool. It's part of the show, man.
It is.
She's been following you all night. He's been following you all night to freak you out, blah, blah."
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a great concept.
Yeah.
Great concept. I don't know who the...
but it's kind of cool because she realizes, I kind of mentioned the part in the bathroom. She realizes while she's in the bathroom and he's outside the stall door, when she tries to text the guy that she's with, his phone goes off.
And he had the killer had already killed him.
Yes, and she didn't know that because nobody had seen him.
The thing is, the guy she was like, I guess, hanging out with,
the way he killed him was awesome.
Oh my god,
man.
yeah, dude! I told
my
wife. I told my wife about it because she didn't watch me. She passed out. She ended up passing out, going in and sleeping with the boys and passing out. So, but anyway, this dude that the main chick was with, she hated, or he was like a complete nerd.
Yeah,
like he couldn't like he was trying to win her some unicorn or something.
Right.
And he could not win it for her. Could not do it. And she's like, "Just give up. It's okay." He's like, "You already spent like $40 trying to win it." So you could have bought 10 of those. And then so he's like, wants to go back and check it out and see if he can, pay the guy off to let him have one of them.
Right.
And the dude's like, "Oh, lose my job." And basically, the dude's just being a douchebag to him, not letting him buy one. So he gets all mad and starts to walk off. And then he sees somebody coming away from like a locker room area, so to speak, with some stuffed animals and stuff. And he was talking on his little walkie saying, hey, I got some more stuff. I'm bringing it up to you now. The rest is still in the whatever closet or whatnot.
Right.
So he goes and basically he gets tries to go find a unicorn to give it to his wannabe old lady.
Right.
I would say.
Right. Okay. So yeah.
Like we
all
said,
these people, so like this main character, her name's Natalie, by the way. She's waiting for this Gavin guy, and he doesn't show up. The next scene, they show him in. Did you just talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't talk. I got to the part where he was going down in there.
So he goes down in and he finds this locker room. And he finds this closet, and he gets the closet open, and he finds all these toys that you can win during the carnival game.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take one of them.
Yeah.
Well, when he turns around, the killer's standing there, but he just thinks he's one of the guys from the
show, basically
one of the actors from the show. So he's like trying to get past him, and this guy's pushing him, and next thing you see, this guy picks up this huge ass hammer. And
it's a mallet for the little dinghy machine.
Goes all Harley Quinn on the dude or something,
Well, he's like he scares him with it, and the guy starts backing up, and he hits him once with it in the back.
Yeah.
And then as he's crawling away, it's funny because basically it's one of those giant mallets that you hit the bell, ding the bell with.
Yeah, the strong man kind of.
Yeah, and as he's going away from him, he's slowly easing his way to the freaking actual bell machine thing.
Right.
And he sticks his head on the freaking machine thing, trying to prop himself up, and the dude just
bashes his skull in with this freaking huge mallet.
Dude,
oh
it was
my God.
Great freaking scene, man. And that's the first kill from the group.
From that group,
the six people. Yeah. And that's also kind of going back to the bathroom part. That's how she figures out that the guy has the toe missing. Or scuffed up on his boot.
Right.
That's how she figured out. That's how she knows who it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
She sees it underneath
the stall door.
The stall door.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's his. And that's a great scene, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
Anyway, it goes back to them over. They're actually in the hell part. It's actually called the Gates of Hell or something like that.
Yeah.
That they're in. And
yeah, and that was kind of cool too. When they walk up there, it was cool because you had like choices on what you could do.
Like one was Worst Nightmare.
Yeah.
One was there's two other ones. One was like something like completely just not scary.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were, but I thought it was neat how there was different doors on the house, and depending on which door you went in, that was the path that you would take through this haunted house
to get to get
out.
It was and that's awesome.
And they all had a different theme to them.
That was awesome. And of course, the two guys chose the Worst Nightmare.
Yeah,
because there's the other two. So all the three chicks went to this one, and then the two guys went to the Worst Nightmare thing, and it was like super freaking like.
It was really elaborate.
It was weird because but it was kind of like stuff you almost wouldn't think would be as far as like it was like it had a chick that was overdosed on heroin or something.
Yeah.
That had a needle and stuff laying on the ground, and like he went to. Yeah. They had these things, the actual shots of alcohol were in syringes. Yeah. These giant syringes. And they had like a shot laying there, so of course it's for someone to grab. It's a drink. Yeah. That's part of the game. So the guy reaches down there to grab that shot, and then boom, the chick jumps up and scares the shit out of him and shit. That's an awesome concept. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With her laying there and having those shots there where people try to grab them.
Yeah. And then that guy meets his fate in a pretty cool way with a needle.
Yeah. And basically as the two guys are going through their part of the haunted house deal. They get split up.
Right.
Because it's cool, because like it's so cool the way they got this thing set up. You guys are going to love the movie, really. I almost don't want to tell you everything.
Yeah, no.
Basically, it's a great movie. I don't want to go too much more and stuff. I already told you basically the ending of it, kind of, so to speak. But, I mean, there's so much more to the movie. All the kill scenes that are in there, they're not a whole bunch of them, but there's... There's a few, and they're good.
Yeah, the effects are really good in this.
Yes,
really good in
very
this.
good.
You know, and the guy that directed this movie was a guy named Gregory Plotkin. Just kind of looked up some of his information. He also did like the editing on that Get Out movie, which was one of the top movies last year. He also was the editor for Happy Death Day.
That was a pretty good movie.
He directed the Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension. He was the director for that.
I like that movie.
He's done a lot of cool stuff. You know?
Right on. Yeah. So I mean, as far as that movie goes, guys, I don't want to tell you. I already told the ending, so it doesn't matter. But the movie itself.
Yeah, we already fucked the movie up for you.
The movie itself, there's so much more in it. And it's a really good atmospheric movie, something you guys really should watch and just check it out and see for yourself. It's a great movie. I definitely suggest it. So now I think we're going to jump over to some actual...
And this really pushes us into our next topic.
Yeah, which is the actual extreme haunts that there are in the U.S. Or not even the U.S., everywhere. I mean, there's some really cool ones. I'll start off on one.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
I don't know if you have this written down on your stuff, but I looked up this one called Blackout.
Yes.
Blackout.
That's in New York, isn't it?
Yes, and it's considered supposedly the first actual extreme haunted attraction, from what I'm hearing.
Okay. Sorry if you heard that. That's my that's my big black cat Jack. He's a little
mad.
pissy. We're doing a podcast right
now. I don't know if it was the first one or not, because I kind of have another one here I want to talk about, and they've been around since like '99. So
yeah, I have Blackout on here.
Yeah,
Blackout. One of the interesting things about Blackout is it is a one person at a time deal. They will only take one person in at a time, and basically these people are tortured. They do have a safety word, though. They give you a safety word, so when you want to stop, you...
Purgatory is the word, I'm pretty sure.
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know what the word was.
I'm pretty sure it's purgatory.
That's pretty cool. Well, interesting fact about Blackout is the same people that did Blackout started, which is in New York, they started another one called Inferno in San Francisco.
Yep, and there's also one in L.A.
Is it the same people in L.A.?
Yep.
Is that the one called Creep?
I think so.
Okay.
They got one in New York, L.A., and San Francisco.
Okay. I only knew about the New York and San Francisco ones.
And what's weird about this one is, it's kind of weird. To me, these are more of like, almost kind of like phobia type stuff. Because here's some of the stuff you would get out of this Blackout. And now this is supposedly all just imitating things, but sucking on bloody tampons.
Ooh.
It's all supposed to be
simulated. Who the hell would want to do that?
It's all based on simulation, they say. It's not real blood.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay. Waterboarding.
After watching Hellfest, it could be.
Exactly. Waterboarding.
Yeah.
They'll waterboard you. Rubbed up against and rubbed on over by weird perverts.
Yeah, stuff. That was one thing that I ran across was they said that these things have excessive sexually violent.
Yes. Yeah. Which to me... Well, I'll get in a second. Suffocated by plastic. And
nobody wants that.
This goes back into the other thing. Walking barefoot over used condoms. And see, like this, this...
I don't want to even do that in my own house.
Yeah, I don't use... Anyway. It's weird to me, like you just talked about, how a lot of these are sexually motivated.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's kind of cool. It's kind of atmospheric,
But I think why they do that, though, is because that's when you're the most vulnerable, I think. And I mean, I don't know that for sure if that's why they're doing it.
I can tell you from my wife's point of view, because we've had this conversation. I've taught her self-defense and stuff. It's something you guys know. I've said it a million times on here that I am about is self-protection, knowing what your surroundings. Right. So like that's her number one fear, besides something happened to our boys, is being raped or having someone attack her.
Right.
Right. So that makes sense to a point.
Yeah.
That's their biggest fear for females, to do that. But it just seems like they get excessive, which I guess that's what we're talking about is extreme haunts. So, I mean, it makes sense, but
and what you guys got to understand is we're not talking about, going to downtown St. Louis and going through the darkness. That is not an extreme haunt.
Or Necropolis.
Fantastic haunted house.
Great.
The Darkness is probably one of the best haunted houses in the country. But that is not an extreme haunt.
Yes.
The extreme haunts are the ones where they're touching you. Yeah, you have to sign a waiver.
You have to be
that you
18
can't
years or
sue
older.
them or anything like that.
You got to be 18 years older. You got to sign a waiver. And so we're talking about like extremist of the extremes.
And now, and a lot of these, for the most part are safe, but they do have in their waiver about, you could get bruises. You could get cut.
You have a heart attack.
They're not responsible for, broken bones even.
Yeah.
It just, you're signing in to do this to yourself.
And to me, it just kind of gets into I honestly feel, and we're going to talk about someone that this is one of the main person that I'm talking about. We'll talk about later. But anyway, it's like their own perverted pleasures.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
And they got people they can get people who are easily susceptible to this.
Well, and then the guy you're talking about,
we'll get in.
It's not a pleasure for him. It's some of his worst fears.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway.
But he does it. But he
does it, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it is what it is. But so with that place, the blackout, in as far as what I'm reading in here, none of this is something I would like to do.
No, I am absolutely. There's no way in hell I would do one of these.
It doesn't sound fun.
I love haunted houses because I love the atmosphere of them. I like to see what they can do with different effects and stuff.
Yeah, jump scares.
But goddamn it, don't touch me.
Jump scares. Well, not only that, but okay.
Don't touch me. Don't throw piss on me. Don't.
Yeah, sucking blood out of tampons.
I want nothing
being
to do
suffocated by plastic. That just doesn't sound
Nor do I want to do this to anybody.
Exactly. Jump scares is what I like. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I like. Because, like I said, it doesn't really scare me. It's just a surprise. It's a jump scare. That's what it's made for. Jump. You got to jump, But, you got one you want to talk about?
Well, I've got a list of a few
we'll
here.
Kind of go back and forth.
Some of the bigger ones.
I got a couple.
There's a place called Creep, which is in Los Angeles, California. Now, this may have to do with the blackout. I don't know. I didn't see any of that.
Okay.
But the big thing about Creep is, one, it's an extreme haunt. They're doing all the same stuff that we're talking about. They have very, very impressive actors. Their actors are phenomenal. All of their rooms are... It's weird. They set up all their rooms to where it's like a dreamlike state, like a nightmare,
Yeah, cool.
And each room is different. There's no continuous story through this thing. Every room you walk into is a different experience. Their big tagline is, humans are scarier than any monster. And they do stuff like, they'll grab you, they'll push you, and they don't get as extreme as like the blackout place, but they're still, when we talk about extreme haunts, we're talking about in most haunted houses, most haunted attractions, the actors can't even touch you.
Yeah, and it's kid friendly somewhat.
Yes.
Somewhat.
And all of these places that we're talking about, you have to be 18 years old or older to get into them. They will not allow anybody in them that are under the age of 18. But yeah, Creep is supposed to be, one of the more, I don't want to say mild because it's not mild at all. It's a very freaky place.
For the extreme haunts.
But it's not like some of the other bigger ones that we're going to get into that we're going to tell you some information that you're going to be like, holy
yeah, how the hell
crap.
This guy, to me, how do you get away with that shit?
Right,
really? But
right.
Anyway. So yeah, I got one too called the Scare House, the Basement.
Okay.
And,
I heard something about that somewhere.
This has been family owned and started in 1999. It's been family owned ever since it started. Okay, still going today. You got to be 18 to be in there. This one's along with like the other one we talked about. It's like a lot sexual. It's sexual content, which whatever that means. You know what I mean? You can go in pairs in this one if you want, or you can be brave and go by yourself.
Right.
Because they get pretty, they touch you, they bound you, they blindfold you, electric shock, like taser, they taser you, they just yell freaking profanity at you and stuff,
Yeah.
And you're in total
These people are in your face.
And you're in total darkness the whole time.
Oh! I'm already afraid of the dark. So.
Yeah, so I mean, like, this one is a little bit not necessarily my forte as far as haunted houses. Like I said, I like to have jump scares.
Right.
Now, being in the darkness would be cool. Someone yelling at you in the darkness or tasing you, like, you'd be like, oh crap,
Yeah.
Because it's not like stupid tasers.
That wouldn't be cool for me. I'm the guy that when I turn the lights off in the bedroom, I jump into the bed because I'm afraid a hand's going to come out from underneath the bed and grab my foot.
That's definitely not me. But, but yeah, the Scare House Basement, it's got a lot of high ratings. Like I said, it's got some stuff I would like to do, but for some reason, I don't understand the sexual content. Unless it's some super hot chick wanting to rub on me, I'm good with that. But I mean, I don't understand. I do to a point with women because that's one of the biggest fears, from what I understand from women. And so I mean that it sounds pretty cool. It's got a lot of high ratings. Been around since 1999, which is why I said that one that we just talked about, freaking Blackout. It was talking about how that's supposed to be one of the first extreme haunted ever, but
Blackout is one of those places that, like, in most of these places, I'm not sure about this one that we're talking about here. Most of them are like by reservation only. You have to, contact them, pay your money, and then they tell you when to come. And like, for instance, in Blackout, we just said it's a one person at a time deal. So don't show up there with your boyfriend and expect both of you to go in there because that's not how it works.
Yeah, which is to me just, I don't know. It is what it is. It's just weird to me. This one, the reason why I like this one too is because you can bring someone else with you.
That's cool. Yeah.
So.
There's a few that I've got on here. Like Creep is actually a haunted attraction. You can go there, you walk through, you pay your money, you walk through, but it's extreme.
I got that. I got it brought up.
We were just comparing notes and realized we both found the same one
that we really like.
Another one I want to talk about is another one of those haunted attractions. It's called the 13th Gate, and it's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Ooh, I like Louisiana.
And basically what it does is it blends 13 realms to create the ultimate nightmare experience.
Cool. That sounds freaking wicked.
These people, they plunge you into total darkness. They one of the things that I saw in there that they make people do is you actually have to crawl through a crematorium furnace. The oven. You have to crawl through the oven. Okay, I don't know that I'm into that, but they have pitch black hallways, and these people will actually grab you and drag you down the hallway.
Dude.
One of the big things about this place is all of their makeup artists are like Hollywood caliber effects artists.
Shoot, yeah.
So their costumes are like, I mean, horrific stuff that you would see in movies. I mean, just
see, now that sounds freaking cool to me.
It's like a high end extreme haunt.
That would be cool to me. That sounds like something I would like to do.
Right. Oh yeah, I think it would be cool too.
I mean,
this is not one of those places where, I mean, they are yelling at you and but it's not like, not like the big one that we're going to talk about at the end. That is the most extreme you can get. But, just the sheer fact that these people are touching you and grabbing you, and they actually said they will grab people and drag them down the hallway through the darkness,
That's freaking cool.
And toss you into rooms, and you're so disoriented by the time you have no idea what's going on.
Or where you're at. Yeah, that's...
Pretty cool. And that's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
So do you want to talk about this one before? Because with this one here, we're both going to want to talk about that.
We can't. Another one I found is this place called the Freakling Brothers Trilogy of Terror, and it's in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's in Las Vegas, so it's got to be,
extravagant.
Yeah. I mean, they've got, and I know some of the pictures that I've seen, and I watched a couple videos of it. It's pretty... I want to say graphic. I don't know graphics the word, but it's, their effects are, top notch.
Awesome.
I mean, they've got some really good effects. They are one of the first R-rated attractions to pop up in Vegas.
Whoa.
It is strictly 18 plus. if you're not over the age of 18, you're not getting in this place. It has an R rating, just like you get from the movies, you know, from the National Movie Association or whatever.
Yeah.
This place, you have to sign a waiver when you go in. Again, these people are touching you, they're grabbing you, they're throwing you, they're dragging you down hallways. And one of the other things that they do is they offer a victim experience. And in their victim experience, you actually become part of what other people are seeing as they're walking through, but you are the victim.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, they are dragging you into a scene, tying you up to stakes or crosses or on a gurney or whatever.
Cool,
and,
that's pretty
and
cool.
actually you are part of the
show.
Wow.
You know? Cool.
Pretty cool place. It sounded really neat whenever I was
that's
reading
basically
about
kind
it.
of set up a freaking Hellfest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. But we're going to move on to this next one because I know Ryan really wants to talk about it.
Yeah, this one, dude, is... I'm on the actual website right now. Give me just a second here. The actual website for it. And this place is called... Is it Heretic?
Heretic.
The Heretic Haunted House. And, man, this one sounds awesome to me, you know. Coming right off the site here, it says, Heretic is one of the most extreme, immersive horror experience centered on strong narratives, intelligent themes, and unmatched physical situations. Sexual tones, brutal aggression, and intense situations should be expected. Now, what's cool about this place, too, is that it's open year-round.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got
one of the things that I thought was cool is, okay, so Heretic Horror House is in California, but they withheld the actual information of where it's at. You have to contact these people.
Yeah.
And they will come get you.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, they got places in Vegas, Los Angeles, UK, Switzerland.
Okay.
So this is right off of their site here.
I didn't realize they were that big.
Yeah, dude, this place sounds so cool, and it's got like individual show with group sections, like. But see, the thing about this one is pretty hardcore. It's not as hardcore as the last one we're going to be talking about, but this one, I mean, they got simulated rape, nudity, gore.
Yeah. One of the things that I read is it's less of a haunted house and it's more of a horror experience.
Yes. Yeah. This one's kind of more like basically you're in a movie, basically, but it's real life, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And it actually started as an underground thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's most of the stuff that I read. Because I know one of the things that I read is like they completely immerse you in the horror experience. Like one of the things that they do is that they will take you out to an overnight stay in an isolated cabin.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And basically put you through almost like
you through hell.
Have you guys seen basically kind of like have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
Cabin in the I love that movie.
Great movie, but I mean basically that's what we're talking about. You could coming right off the website here, it talks about, you know, you'll follow a killer as he commits murders. Join a documentary crew infiltrating a dangerous cult. Be transformed through body modification. Stay overnight in an isolated cabin, which we just talked about. So basically, you can choose to be part of, like, you know, following a killer around as he kills people. You can like be an investigator investigating this cult that's like a murderous cult. Cool stuff like that. The cabin thing sounds really freaking awesome to me.
Oh yeah, it really does.
You know what I mean? That would be so freaking cool. And from what I'm reading on their website here, it says it began in 2012 as an underground experiment with the creator, who is Adrian Marcato.
Okay.
Started as a brutal and very real abusive experience. 3 friends were instructed. This is the original one. This is like the first one that ever happened. Okay. 3 friends were instructed by Adrian Mercado to really inflict pain and draw blood.
When did you say it started?
In 2012. But, okay, where was that? 3 friends. Okay, this Mercado instructed 3 friends to really inflict pain and draw blood in order to push past the boundaries of what is expected from a traditional haunted house. In 2013, the structure of Heretic changed into a sequence of episodic nightmares that 7 test subjects entered. The response was positive, and the following simulation introduced new clients, and word of mouth began to spread. So basically, it started off as him wanting to do this underground experiment, then push it.
Well, and the stuff that I had read is like, you actually had to join this secret group to be able to participate
at the beginning.
In this.
Yes,
in the beginning
yes.
of it. And you became part of the story.
Yeah, see, because like here on the web, this stuff I'm getting right off the website, guys, so you can look it up yourself. Heretic. I just went on to heretichauntedhouse.com and looked it up. But like it says, previous shows include a show called Hex, where you enter a sleep clinic to face your nightmares in a blood-soaked bed that hosted a real-life murder. Take a sleep aid, let it enter your system, and then get tucked into bed while your nightmares torment you. Exit covered in blood, scratches, and bruises.
Wow.
Okay, that's just one of them. Another one is called Vanish. If you've never wanted to escape your past and vanish, seek out Mr. Sloth and his girls at a seedy hotel in Hesperia. He will send you to the house of the devil, in which you will face your demons, the sins of your past. If you survive that, you will be stripped of your clothes in a 28 degree desert, be wrapped in darkness, and be ready to be transformed into a new person.
Whoa.
Okay. And then one more here is Inserts of Dread. If you are claustrophobic, this is not the show for you. Enter increasingly smaller and smaller spaces until you are placed in a body bag and buried alive, not for the faint of heart.
Wow.
And that's just three of the shows, man. So they come up with new stuff.
This is like some pain and pleasure stuff here.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would want any of that.
It's weird because like with the Hex thing we talked about, you're entering a sleep clinic and you're taking sleep meds.
Oh.
See, that's what it says. It says you enter a sleep clinic to face your nightmares in a blood-soaked bed that hosted a real-life murder. Take a sleep aid, let it enter your system, and then get tucked into bed while your nightmares torment you. You exit covered in blood, scratches, and bruises.
Wow.
Now that's crazy, man.
That's pretty insane.
This place
when they start drugging people.
Yeah, this place is awesome, man. I mean, definitely check out the website and stuff. They got all kinds of cool stuff. But man, like this one is just, to me, seemed really freaking crazy. And
yeah.
But what really got me was the isolated cabin thing.
Yeah,
that would have been really cool.
That would be cool. Cabin out in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere.
It's just to me, I would.
Very
let me rephrase
intimidating.
This. I would not do this in UK or Switzerland.
No.
Because, I mean, it says here, like, simulated rape, nudity, gore. In the U.S., I can see it being simulated, but for some reason in UK and Switzerland, I just don't see. I mean, it's... I've seen
some Hostel
I've
shit
seen Hostel
going
too
on
many
here.
times, bro. I don't trust that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, think about it. Unless it's some super hot Swedish chicks. Never freaking...
never know. Never know. I'm into some Swedish massage.
So, I mean, dude, they freaking strip you down and everything, man, till you're naked and freaking put you in the desert. It's 20
Nobody
degrees.
wants to see me naked.
Yeah, man. You know?
Yeah. No, I'm not into it. So, let's move on to the big one that we're going to talk about here. And everybody, let's give it up for Russ McKamey. Yay, Russ! We are talking about McKamey Manor. This guy started this back in 2001. The interesting thing about this place is this is a home haunt.
Yeah.
He does this out of his house. Nobody knows where it's at. None of the people that are involved know where his house is at. It is all they know is that somewhere in San Diego. This guy is insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
But very cool. A little back information about Russ McKamey. Russ McKamey actually runs a rescue for greyhound dogs. So in order to get in McKamey Manor, all it takes is 4 cans of dog food. a donation of 4 cans of dog food.
Cool story, bro.
I think that's pretty cool, because I'm a big animal lover.
I'm talking about that's an easy way to get someone suckered into going to this guy's
house. Yeah. Talk to him about dogs.
Oh, I love dogs.
Yeah. Oh, little puppies. But I just remember, this is a home haunt. Okay, a home haunt. All right. So what this guy does is people contact him. They sign up for this. Then he contacts them and gives them a specific place to meet. And they will meet, usually in a parking lot, and he takes them to a dead-end road and leaves them. And then you are kidnapped. And what they do is his actors will show up with bags, and they put bags over your heads and kidnap you and take you to the location of the haunt, which, interestingly enough, is at this guy's house, and he lives in a subdivision. It is in his backyard. Okay? The crazy thing about this is, as of a few years ago, what I've got wrote down here is there is a 24,000 person waiting list to get into this place. Mm-hmm. As of last year, it was 25,762, I think it was. A waiting list to have this guy torture you. Okay? Well, it's not just him. He's got a few actors that do this, and they do stuff Because, I hope that I'm almost 100% sure that I'm talking about the same guy here. But he was, from what I remember, he was either ex-military. Yes.
And he does a lot of psychological stuff to you.
Yes. Well, and what he said, there's a really cool documentary on Netflix about him right now, and I don't remember what the name of it is, but because there's a couple different ones. But anyway, what he does to people is stuff that he would not want done to himself. It is stuff that scares him. So, I mean, they're doing stuff like, almost drowning people. They're basically just torturing people.
Yeah.
I saw scenes of them. They would put cages over people's heads and fill it with snakes.
Yeah.
And just all kinds of crazy stuff. They're waterboarding people. They're beating people.
He got kicked out of his first hometown that he was in.
Yeah. They forced him to leave. They forced
him to leave, basically. Yeah. Because people think, and like I've listened to multiple podcasts about this guy, and I've read some stories and stuff, and I mean, I'm 50-50 on him.
Yeah.
I mean...
think about that. So you are going to give somebody some money that you don't know, a total stranger, and you're going to go to this guy's house and let him torture you? How do you know?
I see.
Real.
Here's the thing, and that's what a lot of people, Now you have a few people who are. You're gonna get people who are sadistic in the head who want someone to do that to them.
Right.
There's literally a guy who paid someone to kill him.
Yeah.
Murder him and cook him and fed him. There's a big story about it. The guy just went to the prison.
Well, look at Jack Kevorkian.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about a guy who he put this ad up on Craigslist or whatever for a guy to come and kill him. Right. And eat him. And someone answered it. And the guy did it.
That's a whole new...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Basically what I'm getting at is you're always going to have someone who's okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this guy's got...
What's worse, is the person that's okay having that done to him or the person that's okay doing it to him?
Exactly. And my thing is that you got these people who have been... Because this thing lasts like 9 hours. Basically, or however long it takes to freaking... Well... Because he tries to break you.
See, and I've got some information on this. Some of these experiences can last up to 4 hours. The longest tour they have is an 8-hour tour.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever made it.
Yeah, because
nobody's ever made it the whole 8 hours.
He also has a partner, like, I know, because he got kicked out of his old place, so he had to redo this thing. Right. And now he has 2 different locations. And one is with, I don't know if it's his wife or just a partner of his, and it's a female.
Okay.
And she's the one that kind of does the physical torturing.
Okay.
Like, okay. I got a lot of this information.
I didn't realize it. I thought he only had the one location. But...
Well, I got it, and this is all fairly new.
Okay.
I got this from the Hillbilly Horror Stories podcast.
Right on.
They actually did an interview with the guy. I believe talking about the same exact person because it's...
Which, if you guys haven't listened to Hillbilly Horror Stories, I mean, it's actually a really cool
Yeah,
podcast.
I love that podcast. Yeah. It's really good, so you guys should check it out.
It's not like what it sounds. I mean, they're very informative. They do the research.
Yes, a lot of research.
They do the research.
But anyway, this guy, basically now he has 2 different locations. No one knows where they're at. You don't know. And you sign all these waivers and crap.
Right.
And basically, he does mental tortures to you.
Right.
He tries to break it. And he
tries to break it before you even get to the house.
Exactly. That's my point. And then you go to him first.
Yeah.
And that's 4 hours long. And if you get past him with his supposed military background and stuff like that, that he knows how to mentally torture you, he said people rarely get past him. But then his partner, I don't know if it's his wife. I think it is his wife. She's like a CrossFit chick, so she's like hardcore. Right. Then you go to her for the physical torment. And it's been a lot of, if there's people there, I remember hearing a lady that
it's really funny when you see videos of this, because like I watched a video about it. It was like a behind the scenes thing, and like they're showing video of his kids out in the front yard playing.
Yeah, of course.
And they're interviewing, and they ask the kids, what does your daddy do? And they're like, oh, he tortures people.
Yeah, well, it's just like Hellfest, going back to it at the end. Whenever he goes and his daughter, Daddy, it's like, dude, you just butchered a bunch of people. Yeah. But anyway, like I remember there was a interview that on Hillbilly Horror Stories they played, and this chick was like, "Oh, I've been through it twice, and yeah, I mean, I got really hurt and this and that and blah blah, but I paid for it." And it was, you're gonna have people like that. Yeah. You're going to have people who are cool with someone torturing them.
That girl you're talking about, here's the crazy thing about that girl. She's from Kuwait.
Yes.
Kuwait.
Yes. Yep. So we are talking.
It's a 19-hour flight.
Yeah.
And she's done it twice now.
Yeah. And she...
The first time she did it, she,
only made it... she didn't make it the whole way.
No. She didn't make it the whole way the second time, but... What was cool about the second time is she made it a lot farther than she did the first time. Like I said, up to the point where I had watched the behind the scenes thing, they said nobody has made it.
Yeah, because she didn't even make it like 20 minutes in the first time.
Yeah, I don't even know that they told us how long.
Well, on the Hillbilly Horror Stories, they talked about it. And she only made it like not even. I mean, I don't even think she made it 10 minutes.
Yeah, I had heard that it was really short, but I didn't.
And
really know.
The second time she made it like a few hours.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 hours or something. And like that.
But she even said that she got hurt and all this stuff.
One thing that's cool about it though is, don't get us wrong, this guy isn't torturing people just to be torturing them. He's doing this because this is what the people want him to do.
Yeah.
And he said all throughout the time that this is happening, he's asking them, do you want to stop? Are you ready to stop? And he said everybody wants to keep going.
See, and that's kind of the thing, though.
Now, he's got 2 guys that work for him that sometimes they won't let him stop.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. And where me and you differ. Is that I think the dude's just a sadistic asshole.
He may be.
And I mean, he may try to trick you. Hey, bring some dog food. I'm an animal lover too.
Yeah.
So some people are like, oh, he's an animal lover, man. He might love animals, but he sure the hell don't love humans.
Yeah. And it's funny to see this guy on the street. He just looks like a normal guy, clean cut.
And that's where freaking, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that's where the creepy shit comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, basically what I'm getting at is, this is why he got kicked out of the first town he was in. Because he was having these kids, 18-year-old kids going in there doing shit. And people were getting pissed. Parents were getting pissed.
Right.
And, dude, when I was 18, I'd do anything. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, granted.
Now, when I was 18, I may have tried this.
Yeah,
now, no.
But my thing is this, is that, yeah, he may be in there saying, oh, are you sure you don't want to quit? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But he's also,
we don't know for sure because neither one of us have been through it.
Yeah. From what I'm hearing from people who actually went, like that chick that was in it, that did it, she said she got hurt pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
And he tells you, I mean, he makes you sign a waiver that says, you are going to get cuts and bruises. You
Tore
may,
hair out.
You may even get a broken bone.
Yeah.
But
And
you have to sign a waiver that you cannot sue this guy.
And that's the thing, to me.
That's the scary part.
Well,
this guy could do anything to you.
And that's my whole point. He's ex-military. If you're going off of him, he supposedly knows all this psychological mind shit he can do to you. And now, so you got that on top of someone who already is, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who is apt to do certain things and be easily led into certain situations.
Yeah.
And he's getting off on it. You know what I'm saying? To me, what I get out of it
he's
is,
getting
you're not doing all this for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not doing all this, just because I like to scare people. I love to scare people. I scare people every day of my life.
But I'm not going to torture somebody for 8 hours for 4 cans of dog food.
Exactly.
Unless I'm getting something out of it.
That's my point.
And, I never really thought about
there's
that
a reason,
until you just said
well,
that.
I've listened to other interviews on some things about this guy, and there's a reason, why
So in other words, he's a sadistic fuck.
Well, think about it. Like you just said, you're going to torture somebody for 4 hours just for a couple things of dog food because you love dogs so much? I mean, you may love dogs. That's great, buddy, but evidently you don't like humans. You know what I'm saying? It's like, basically for me, it's just like you said it perfectly. I'm not going to torture somebody for 8 hours for some dog food and stuff. He's getting something out of it.
Right.
And for me, I scare people. Ask anyone on my route. I scare at least 10 people a day all the time. Just jump scares.
Because he's such a scary fucker.
Just jump scares and stuff. That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you scared the crap out of me. I'll pee myself. That's fun. You guys get a laugh out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, you snapped my forearm in half. Oh, man, you just cut my big toe off. That is not cool, bro. That's not funny. No one says, oh, that's awesome. Oh, you just jerked a giant chunk of hair out of my head.
I just got punched in the balls by a guy named Cockknocker.
Yeah, dude, not cool, bro. You know what I mean? To me, this guy is
scary.
Is getting, and trust me, there's a very few amount of people that I've heard have anything. He's been sued multiple times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He said, for the most part, people, make it through okay, but they did have one person had a heart attack.
Yes.
In the middle of it.
Yeah.
What's interesting is he's got 2 guys that are working for him, and they both went through it. And after they went through it, of course, they didn't make it all the way through it, but now they work for him.
Oh yeah, of course, man. You're gonna have the sadistic people. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You got someone who flies all the way from freaking UK or whatever to come over here and do that.
Well, Kuwait.
I mean, there's certain people out there, and
there's got to be something wrong with your mind to want
to torture people.
Yeah.
And that's basically
and to want to be tortured.
And to want to, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It goes both ways.
Right.
Because I guarantee you 90% of the people who, some people like me and you, like if we were younger, oh, cool, let's try this out, dude, see what it's about.
Right.
They usually quit 20 minutes because they're not stupid. They're not sadistic.
Right.
Okay, this guy's really trying to hurt. What the hell's going on? You're just stupid.
Yeah.
So they leave.
Right.
Then you got that 10% of the people who actually go to do it who are going to be like, oh, yeah. I love getting my arm broke. I love getting my freaking hair pulled out of my head.
They're not saying that they're actually, intending to break your arm. They're just
happens though.
But it happens.
They rip rip this girl's hair out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like chunks of her hair. Like, nah, man.
When I saw the snakes, I was done.
That stuff, I could do that. But the freaking hurting people, and like for hours, like, what's the point, dude?
No, I'm not into it.
You know what I'm saying? What's the point? But I mean, guys. Don't get me wrong, I love everything scary.
Yeah.
But to me, this is not scary.
This is over the top.
This is over the top.
It really is.
Don't put yourself through something like that.
It really is.
I mean...
But you got to give the guy props for putting it out there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody...
Got to give Jeffrey Dahmer props for
I don't know.
Jeffrey Dahmer was craving Five Guys before it was a restaurant. I love that.
I'm telling you, I just... I really feel like this dude, and I don't want to be rude. I don't want to make anyone mad, but I just think this dude's a piece of shit, man. I think he
knew that was coming.
I think he likes to torture people, and I think he's trying to do it legally, and I think that he makes these kids and these people who are easily influenced into doing things sign these waivers, and he gets away with torturing people, man. That's what I think. And I think I should go there just one time. So fucking first time he tries to fucking do something, I'm gonna put a hole in his head.
So funny story here.
Anyway,
I almost got a hold of this guy to see if he would actually talk to us.
Oh Jesus, please.
And then I changed my mind. I was like, yeah, I don't know how that'd go.
He would too, man. And to be honest with you, if you listen to the Hillbilly Jerry and Tracy were really cool with him.
Yeah.
They were really nice to the guy. You know, they had their opinions. Their opinions are kind of the same as mine a little bit, but they were nice to the guy. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm not that type. I mean, I should be having a podcast. You know, I should be able to talk to people like that. And I probably would be.
Yeah, you probably would be. I mean, you know, everybody's got their own opinion on things and stuff. And even though we don't agree with what the guy's doing, you know, I mean.
Yeah. To each their own.
To each his own.
You're going to be putting yourself in the situation.
Right.
So, I mean, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's not going out and seeking these people out.
Which is 100% true. That's 100% true. But then it comes to a point where you have responsibility.
Right. And you're going a little far.
If you have an 18-year-old kid who's got family problems and he's into some sadistic stuff and he's freaking having issues and you get him to sign a waiver saying that, you know, he's into that kind of stuff, and you get him to sign a waiver saying you can do whatever the hell you want to him. And
well, and you know, you talk about the mindset of some of these people. You know, they're thinking in their mind, man, can I make it longer than that person? Can I make it longer than this person? I want to be the person that makes it through the longest.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's
I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
I just, no.
Yeah. Like
but,
I said,
you know, some of these people are thrill seekers, you know, and that's
what that lady said. That's what that chick said. She's like, "Oh, I'm just a thrill seeker." I'm like, "No, man, you got problems.
Yeah,
you do." Like
thrill seekers are people that, you know, base jump, stuff like that. They don't go and get tortured.
Yeah, wingsuit stuff. Like you don't. A thrill seeker is not someone who pays someone to freaking hurt them. That's just someone who's got a certain. I mean, I guess people got their own kind of kink. I don't know, man.
The closest to thrill seeking I get is maybe a roller coaster now and then, but
yeah, the closest thing I get to thrill seeking is saying something ignorant to my wife and seeing what happens.
Oh yeah,
that's the thrill right there.
I've done that.
But
I usually don't like the outcome though.
I didn't really want to be rude. I just have my opinions on things.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
You know, I don't want to take anybody off or anything, but it is what it is. Everybody's got their own thing. If you want to do it, I guess. I'm not going to tell no one to do what they don't want to do.
Yeah, I mean, if this is something you're interested in, check it out. I mean, it's McKamey Manor. You just type that into your Google search, and a ton of stuff is going to come up.
Yeah, like lawsuits and stuff.
It's probably one of the most famous ones out there. And just remember, this is this guy doing this out of his house.
Yeah, you have no idea where you're at.
A company or a professional production, by no means.
Just stay safe. Basically, what I'm saying. Stay safe. Be smart.
Look out for each other.
But anyway, guys, definitely check out Hellfest. It's definitely worth the watch. It's an awesome show. I definitely recommend it. And hit us up on Facebook. You know, Horror Chronicles Podcast on Facebook. Just look it up. We're there. Like we said, this year is going to be a big change for us, so we're doing some things.
We're trying out some new hosting sites. We just this morning launched one episode onto iTunes. Just kind of want to see what happens there. If it works out, then you know it'll be a permanent thing. We're testing the waters. So
we're getting out there, guys. You guys can hit us up at our email if you guys want to send us something, you know, some stories, or if you got some comments, anything. Hit us
Horror Chronicles Podcast at gmail.com.
Hit us up there, and please give us some information. What do you guys want to hear about? Give us some ideas for shows. I mean, we're doing pretty good coming up with our own, but we want to hear from you guys.
Call Ryan's cell phone. It's 555. No, never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, what's going to be into this one? So until next time, everyone.
Keep it creepy.